Galamera. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And how are we all today? Well, today I can't believe what a day of activity it would normally be. Because first of all, it's Mothering Sunday. So can I just quickly say to my mum, happy Mothering Sunday. I hope you have a good day. I know Susan has been doing lots of activities with all the residents at Green Gables Nursing Home. I know Simon and Yolanda, they've also been sending treats as well down to you there. Hopefully, I know the changes with COVID and everything else that's going on. Hopefully you're going to get a regular visit as well, because obviously with the lockdown restrictions and everything else, and also the distance as well, my brother and his wife have to travel. It's not easy. But can I also say a big shout out to Susan Neal? She's one of the sort of care workers who does all the social side with the nursing home. And can I just say thank you for all the fantastic pictures that you're putting up of all the activities that the people in the nursing home are having and experiencing. It really does make you feel good that mum's in good hands, and also all the staff do everything that they can do to make sure that you all stay safe during this lockdown period. And hopefully when all this madness is over and we can travel freely and things can go back to normal, that we can all obviously meet up again and spend some time down in Broadstairs or down at Margate Beach or wherever, and obviously spend some quality time in everybody's company as well. All right. So anyway, we got Mother's Day today, and we've also got Carnival. It should have been Carnival Sunday today, where we'd all be dressing up and we'd be going down into town ready for the big parade. But that's not going to happen this year. We don't even know if maybe there might be a secret carnival, as in the Carnival King might come out and just do a quick circuit before being put away for another year. We did speak to somebody yesterday and they said, I don't think the Zakynthians can be trusted just for the Carnival King to go out without everybody wanting to follow on behind on the train, as he said. So they are doing that, I understand, in Limassol this afternoon. There will be a parade of sorts. However, it's going to be strictly monitored by the police. But the Carnival King will parade in Limassol. And Wiggy, if you're there, mate, let us know how it goes, and we'll see what happens. Well, looking at the weather today, it is a bit cloudy, a bit overcast, but it is kind of warm. I have got a little bit of a jacket on because it has got a little bit of a cold chill to it. It was very cold last night, I've got to be honest. But yeah, we got a bit of cloud up. People are still out doing their olives and pottering about. You can see, actually, yesterday, Yanni and his brother Spiro were really busy yesterday, rotivating the grapes. So the grapes can all getting ready to do. The trestles have all been sorted as well for the grapes to be hung, or the grapes to come through. So yeah, everybody is still busy doing what they have to do. There's also been work done on the trellis, or not trellises, on the shrubbery here. Yanni was busy the other day sort of trimming all that down and putting some high-speed grower in as well, to make them grow a bit quicker. But yeah, but other than that, it sounds lovely. And I can actually hear the sound. If you listen carefully, somebody's kicking a football, playing football in the football stadium behind us. Yeah, we've got a football stadium behind us as well. And so it sounds like there's some people playing football at the moment. Only teams allowed to play are teams like in the first and second division of the Greek football. I'm not sure where our local teams are in those divisions at the moment, but somebody's actually kicking a ball about. All part of Code 6 exercise, all right? But anyway, we won't go there. Don't want to get anybody in any trouble, do we? Right then. Big shout out to Jack Thorpe. Also, Steve Hinkling is tuning in as well. Nice to see you here. It's been a lot going on news-wise, especially with the situation, shall we call it. And so let's get right down to what's been going on in the last 24 hours, and let's find out what's been happening. Right, okay, so believe it or not, it's the 14th of March today. It's a Sunday, beautiful day. Mothering Sunday, and also Carnival Day, it should be. All right. Right. COVID in the last 24 hours. Things are not looking good on this front, and things are being ramped up here. I think we're going to have more things happening for us here. But at the moment, yesterday, I reported to you that we had 2,405 new cases. That's gone up today to 2,512 new cases or new infections recorded across Greece. That now brings the total up to 219,521. Of which 51% of those are male, and the average age, 51% of those are male. Anyway, we've had 7 new cases identified after checks into the country. Now, that is down, actually, from 14 on the day before. So that's a bit of positive news. Now, according to the national stats, I've got some interesting figures here at the moment. There were no new cases reported in Macardo yesterday. There were no new cases reported in Kefalonia yesterday. There were 2 new cases on Corfu reported yesterday. However, the national stats are saying that Zakynthos had 3 new cases. However, on the ground, we've actually had 9 new cases yesterday on the 13th of Saturday, the 13th of March. Now, we had basically, I want to give you all the details. Some of them we've got the sexes and that, and some of them we haven't. But these are these are who have been infected within the last 24 hours. An 18-year-old woman, a 28-year-old woman, a 22-year-old woman, another 28-year-old woman. There was then a 61-year-old woman, a 57-year-old woman, and then a 27-year-old man. And then late last night, there were 2 further cases to bring the total up to 9, which was a 45-year-old man, we believe, and also just a 32-year-old. No sex has been given as to that person. So at the moment, we have had 9 new contacts or 9 new cases in the last 24 hours here on Zakynthos. I think that's going to push us into further lockdowns at the moment, the way the numbers are stacking up for us this last few days. Anyway, it seems that most of those people that were infected were from known contacts with other cases. Their contacts now are being traced as well, and all of those people are under house quarantine at the moment. None of those people have been admitted to the coronavirus clinic, and the rest have all gone home to self-isolate for 14 days and obviously let the thing pass through their systems. So we'll wait on that. We'll see what how that works out. So far at the moment then for Zakynthos, since the beginning of the year, we've had 155 positive cases here on the island. And this month alone, we've had 57 cases for the month of March. So therefore, our numbers at the moment are not looking very good considering the size of population that we are. As for deaths at the moment across Greece, that death toll is up at the moment. We did report the other day that we had 49 deaths. Today, it is now 52 new deaths across Greece, bringing the total amount of deaths to 7,038. The average age of those people passing away is 79 years of age. 96.4% of those have underlying health conditions or were over the age of 70. Just to put that in context, the average death rate in Greece in 2019 on a daily rate was 329. Right, so as for deaths on Zakynthos this year, since the beginning of the year, we've only had 2. That was, one of them was in February, and that was a 70-year-old lady who passed away. She had underlying health conditions. And we also had just last week an 88-year-old woman who passed away. So the death toll we've had on Zakynthos for this year has been 2. Anyway, as for critical cases, they're also on the up at the moment. And I know this is concerning authorities, especially in the Attica area. Last time I reported to you 521 new cases in ICUs across Greece. At the moment, that number is now up to 545 critical cases across Greece. That's 368 male, 177 female. All of those critical patients are average age of 68 years of age. or have underlying health conditions or are over the age of 70. So once again, things are not looking good. Anyway, during last night's announcement by Nikos Hariadis, who's the Deputy Minister for Civil Protection, 9 further regions were added to the very high risk list. You might remember that we've got a coding system of red here and very red, which can be confusing when you're trying to look at it when you're online. He also stressed that the island of Rhodes is going to remain in hard lockdown due to the continuing surge infections there, with the island of Kalymnos also entering a hard lockdown for the 3rd week. Anyway, government spokesman Aristotelia Peloni also spoke on Saturday night about the possibility of new measures by the government to contain the recent spike in the COVID cases. Peloni warned that the next 10 to 14 days will be difficult and stated that any potential government decision will be the result of thorough monitoring of the epidemiological situation and close consultations with scientific experts who are advising the government. She said, unfortunately, we are still in the midst of this unprecedented crisis, and it seems that we have 10 to 14 difficult days ahead of us. We must wait and see how this situation develops, hoping that we are approaching the end of this unprecedented adventure. That's a nice way to describe it. However, Peloni was optimistic about the government's vaccination drive. She mentioned that the rate of severe hospitalizations in vaccinated age groups had already begun to decrease. Peloni said that the vaccination program will continue, with the vulnerable groups being introduced to the vaccination process over the next few days, and with the 70 to 74 and the 65 to 69 age groups to follow. She predicted by the end of April, all Greece citizens over 60 or in a vulnerable group will have been received at least 1 dose of the vaccine. Peloni also stressed the importance placed by the government on opening the retail sector, which she described as a safe outlet for Greeks. Speaking to Mega Television, the spokesperson mentioned that if the developments allow it, the retail sector will be the first to reopen, praising the conduct of both retailers and customers. And that, to be honest, is good news, because that means that is the beginning of the economy and starting to get back to normal. So we'll see how that works out, if that does happen. At the moment, there is still confusion over the rules and regulations with the click and collect. Some people are clicking and collecting. I'm talking about Zakynthos now, where other shops are not, and people can just go and buy stuff as normal. So again, some of the regulations are not clear. And of course, what's going to happen is people are just going to quite happily keep trading if they want to trade until they're told they can't, i.e. the police walk in the door and shut them down and fine them probably for that as well. So again, there is a kind of blur on the regulations at the moment, which some people are becoming but I've got to be honest, I've not seen any bookings at the moment from the police in regards to retail sector at the moment. But again, we're going to keep an eye on that story and we'll see how that figures out. Anyway, now, just some other news that the Greek press are reporting. European countries are suffering severely from a 3rd wave of COVID-19, they're saying, made worse by the spread of the new mutations and the limited supply of vaccine. With the infection rates soaring in most member states, the European Union lags way behind the UK, Israel and the US with regards to the number of vaccinations given, with the UK having administered on average 36.5 doses per 100 people, where the EU has only administered 10.5. Anyway, a further blow to the EU's vaccination programme was reported yesterday when AstraZeneca is said to have reduced its forecasted vaccine deliveries to the EU to around 30 million doses in the first quarter of the year. This relates to a third of the contract initially agreed with the EU and a 25% drop from the pledges the company made last month. So if you look at the population of Europe, because I was checking this morning, the population of Europe as of the 1st 1st of January, when it became a 27 member state rather than 28, because you could put the UK into that number. The total population across the EU at the moment is around about 447.7 million people. So 30 million jabs is not a lot in comparison to the overall amount of people that there are. And when you consider you've got to double that for certain vaccines to be able to get the 2 doses, that's a lot of work. And I do know I've got somebody looking in at the moment. Can I just say a quick hello to Stephanie Morgan? Her husband at the moment is running the vaccination centres up in the sort of Cumbria area and around the borders at the moment. And he's very busy there with his teams at the moment doing vaccinations. So just a big shout out to you that's tuning in at the moment. I've got this is the crazy, no, not the craziness of Greece. This is the love of Greece, right? This year, Shrove Monday, as we call it here in Greece, Pancake Monday. All right. This will be definitely different from the bans because of the bans due to the coronavirus. However, today, Sunday, you will be able to still go and shop. All right, to get yourself ready for Monday, all right, Clean Monday, Shrove Monday, which is basically on our way into Lent here in Greece. Now, it seems that mini markets, bakeries, for the supply of traditional lagana, which is a lovely bread. In fact, we bought some the other day and it is so Moorish, it's unbelievable. Those shops that are selling that will allow to be open. Fish shops are also going to be open because as of Clean Monday, people are not allowed to eat meat. They must eat fish, and also again, shellfish are very popular as well. So you can still go and shop. Now, when it comes to flying your kite, because that's a big tradition here in Greece, you are not allowed to fly your kite too far away from your home. All right, so you can't drive down the beach and go fly your kite down there. You must fly your kite from around where you live. All right, and that'll be interesting tomorrow. We'll see how many kites we see up around the back of where we live and around the front. Last year we did see some kites. I've got to be honest, across the road for us, the kids flying the kites up there. So I keep thinking of Dick Van Dyke at the moment. Let's go and fly a kite up through the atmosphere. So yeah, Monday is the big kite flying day here in Greece, and you are allowed to do it as long as you're doing it from your house. But you can still go to the shops today and get your bread, your lagana bread, and also get your fish as well. Anyway, just another little interesting story. A nightclub in downtown Athens was raided on Friday for blatantly defying coronavirus restrictions by putting on a live music show and welcoming guests. Police raided the unnamed club on Friday night following a phone call. I didn't know there's actually a phone call hotline where you can phone up and dob people in. If you're curious what it is, it's 1520, and that's set up by the government to receive reports of lockdown violations. Anyway, Sky TV, meanwhile, said that there were at least 20 customers at the club, not 30. So there's a dispute in numbers. And at the time of the raid as well, the singer and servers and security staff were probably all taken away, probably all fined for not wearing masks and for not social distancing. So anyway, people are getting sick of lockdown at the moment. The government is saying it's safe for the shops to open, or not the government, but the scientists are saying it's safe for the retail sector to open. And I think there is a feeling now that we have to get back to normal. We have to protect the vulnerable, shall we say, let the virus take its course in some directions, see where it runs, vaccinate those people who want to be vaccinated, try and get the herd immunity going as well. Right now, when it comes to this last few days, I've been telling you about superfoods from Greece, which could help boost your immune system, which might mean you might not succumb to the virus or come to any other illnesses as well. And so I'm going to give you the last of those superfoods. One of them is from here. Yes, the first one, currants. Yes, Corinthian raisins, also known as Xanthi currants. I didn't know they were known as you say currants, not Corinthian raisins. Anyway, or Corinthian raisins, sometimes referred to the small black berries as the black Corinth grape. Okay, these sweet dried grapes can be consumed alone or in different recipes, but these raisins not only protect against high blood pressure, they also add a sweet touch to the diet of diabetic patients. I didn't know that, without increasing their risk of increasing their blood sugar levels. So if you're somebody who may be suffering from diabetes, got a little bit of a sweet tooth, missed the odd bit of bar of chocolate or whatever, maybe try a few currants. You might be able to take those, get rid of that craving for something sweet, and basically not raise your blood sugar levels. So there you go. Fantastic. Another food from Greece is, I think I'm saying this correct, marjoram. Marjoram, is that right? Marjoram? Anyway, this is a perennial herb that has been cultivated since ancient times, and marjoram has an array of therapeutic properties and is a natural tranquilizer as well. There you go. That'll beat the stress. We'll all go out and look for some marjoram. I don't know how it's not marijuana, is it? Or going out and smoking it or whatever, or chewing it. Anyway, I'm feeling very Moorish now. Anyway, the steam produced by hot fission of this herb is very helpful for the respiratory system, and its essential oil can reduce dental pain as well. Such useful plant is an internal part of Greek cuisine in dishes. It pairs well with meat, salads, cheeses, and also bread. And also another lovely food as well is called yarrow. Yep, yarrow. That's a plant that has a variety of beneficial effects on health disorders. It is also known for its detoxification properties if drunk as a hot tea infusion after one has inhibited too much. Oh, furthermore, I think it's a good thing if you have after you've been drinking, basically what they're saying. Yarrow is a natural remedy for lowering blood pressure and improving blood circulation as well. And the final one is wild greens, or as we know it as horta. This is basically like a form of grass, and you do see the old ladies out when they're walking around picking up little bits of grass and stuff like that, or the yayas we call them, coming out and they pick up the grass and they take it home and they boil it. Sometimes you might see it in restaurants on the menu as dandelions, all right? Although you don't get the nice bright coloured red, yellow head, you just get the actual stalk and everything. But dandelions is another thing that is in with that type of food. So anyway, horta or wild greens is still eaten. We've had it as well. Jane absolutely loves it. It's a very good antioxidant. It also aids in the digestion process as well, and it has an abundant quality of fibre in there, so it's good for your poo, shall we say, as well. Right, so there you go. Those are those foods. Keep a lookout for them. Maybe you want to try them next time you come on holiday. I've got quite a few people tuning in at the moment, so I'm going to quickly say hello to a few people. And Lindsay Lamb is watching in as well. Nice to see you. Andrew the Fridge Watkins is tuning in. Julie Meldrum is watching as well. Christy Brown is also tuning in as well. Nice to see you as well, my darling. Lyndon over there in Wales is tuning in as well. I hope you're having a great day. Looking at your pictures of your at work on your allotment. Absolutely brilliant, big buddy. James Turner is watching as well. Karen Bush is also tuning in. Nice to see you as well. Julie Meldrum says, morning, Ginge. Morning, Julie. I hope your little trip to the what do you call it, to get some fence panelling went all right yesterday, because you were asking me all sorts of questions on, am I allowed to go and get those? Yeah, you can get that sort of stuff because you can't exactly buy it local to where you are very easily. All right. Pam Stott is also watching. Nice to have you tuning in as well, Pam. Nice to see you there. Julie Allen is also tuning in. Kevin Bell is watching. Steve Hinklin is watching from Stoke-on-Trent. Richard Knight is also says morning. Christian Wildridge is watching as well. Steve Hinklin says, Gallimera, looking forward to seeing you in carnival dress when you turn the camera around. Oh, well, I didn't have any I just had my Brazil top on there, but I had to put my jacket on because it was still a little bit chilly. All right. Jack Thorpe is tuning in as well. Nice to see you, Jack. Sue Dickinson. Peter Dyer says, good morning, Ginge, and all looking looking in. Happy Mother's Day to you all, you mums. And bless you, Peter. I think all the mums will appreciate that as well. Emma Marku is tuning in from Essex. Robin Cave says, morning, Ginge, sunny in Oxfordshire. Had my jab yesterday. Well done to you, fella. I'm still airing at the moment, but we'll see. Also, a big shout out to Will Bland. Nice to see you tuning in, Will. And Bolly Brotherston, nice to see you as well tuning in, big fella. Lucy Dyke is also tuning in. Nice to have you looking in too. Brian Darlington, nice to see you. Barry down there in Essex is tuning in as well. Not heard from you in a few days. Hope everything's all right in your world. Patsy Ann Dobson says, good morning, Ginge. Sun keeps popping its heads out. Happy Mother's Day to all mums and mums everywhere. Bless you. And the same to you, my lovely. Andy Johnson is watching as well. Steve Hinkling says, disappointed though, thought you'd have made an effort on Carnival Day. Yeah, well, yeah, do you know what? Yeah, thanks for that, fella. We were talking about that this morning, how we would go into town and we'd be there at the parade, taking pictures and meeting up with people and then joining in the fun. But it's not to be this year, bless. Hopefully next year we'll come back with a big bang, all right? Jack Harmer is watching as well. Also, Nigel Steer is watching too. Delia Guzzati is watching. Nice to see you here, Delia. Stephanie is also tuning in. Nice to have you looking in, Stephanie. Hope all's going well. Mick Richards is looking as well. Barry Baxter is tuning in as well. Disappointed, thought you made an effort. Oh, not you as well. Barry Baxter. Hey, Peter Dyer says, got his Brazil shirt on as the village is doing Carnival Samba theme. Thank you. Denise Driscoll is watching as well. Tim Crystal says, morning, buddy. Glad I had the appointment. Sad that EasyJet cancelled my flight. Now it's just sitting and waiting. Yes, I have heard that some flights have been cancelled in May. I'm not sure when you were coming out in May, Tim, if you were coming out at the beginning of May or towards the end of May. Don't forget, the date is the 17th of May, when Boris is talking about everything and people being able to travel. We're waiting on Boris to keep his word so that we can see what happens. However, here in Zakynthos, we know we've got Ryanair on the way, but they're not coming until July, and they're going to operate through till October. We got Wizz Air on the way, Jet2 on the way as well. But fingers crossed, the Brits will be coming round about the 17th of May. As for the other nations, the Germans, we know they're definitely coming in about the 3rd of May at the moment. But the Dutch, still no word on the Dutch yet, and we normally expect the Dutch first. So I'm going to get looking in my books and see if I can find out what's going on with the Dutch. If anybody's tuning in from Holland, let us know what they're saying where you are as to what travel is for Holland. All right, it'd be kind of interesting to see if you do, as always, become the first here. Anyway, Brian Darner says, morning, have a lovely day. John Mims, Graham Chisholm. I'm just going to quickly flick through. There's a lot of people saying, Peter Dyer says, has the rowboat arrived yet with the vaccines on it? No. Simple as that. Not yet. Not heard. Anyway, we'll let you know when it does turn up. He's probably gone to Kefalonia instead of coming to us. He might have got a bit lost in direction. Jan Lawrence is watching. Amy's Whistle is watching. Richard Knight says, got my jab Thursday. Well done, Richard. There you go. Alf Ling is watching as well. Ben Warner, my old buddy there from Beats Radio. Nice to see you tuning in. Just to let you know, they repeated the Carnival show yesterday. And I tell you what, thank you to all those people who tuned in during the Carnival show the second time on beatsradio.co.uk. It was nice listening to it back again, actually. And no glitch this time, which I was so pleased about. But yeah, and don't forget, tonight I am on beatsradio.co.uk again, this time with the Northern Soul show. The best of Northern Soul. We've got me Soul Cream van out, back on the road, going coast to coast, bringing you the best in Northern Soul. So tune in if you've got a bit of free time. 5 o'clock UK time till 7 o'clock. That's 7 o'clock Greek time till 9 o'clock, all right? So 5 o'clock UK time. Might be nice to listen to in your car as you're driving about after you've been to visit your mum on Mother's Day. There you go, just a hint for you. Anyway, Richard Knight says classic. Mark Hopperman is watching. Hilary Rogers is watching. How you doing, Hilary? I notice our time clocks are staying the same now. Steve Hinkling. Jane will be putting raisins in your advent calendar this year instead of chocolate. I bloody well hope not. I tell you that, I do like me chocolate. I've got to be honest. Also, Tim Crystal says... PM, Ginge won't give up his chocolate. No, I won't give up my chocolate. She hides it now. Anyway, and also a quick shout out to Raina, Pete, Dylan as well, who's tuning in. Right, that's it from me for today. Thanks again. Thank you for those people who were really patient yesterday. I had real problems doing the broadcast yesterday, but it all seems to have run very smoothly this morning. Don't forget, tonight, 5 o'clock your time, the Northern Soul Show, the old Soul Cream van out on the road again. People have been asking about the music on that in the background. Why have you got the grandstand playing on your advert as your chime for your Soul Cream van? Well, believe it or not, the grandstand theme, believe it or not, would be played at the Wigan Casino as their kind of intro tune. So it wasn't uncommon to hear that being blasted out at the Wigan Casino before the main music kicked off with the sound of Grandstand. Do you remember Grandstand back in the day? So anyway, that's the reason why that is in the advert. Just thought you might like to know. Anyway, I'm going to go now. I'll catch you later. I'll report as what's going on. As Jane and I will probably do our little walk around the area to celebrate Carnival in our own little way, even though we're not allowed to have a parade. We'll have our own parade in our heads. We're all going mad in our heads at the moment. Anyway, catch you later. Take care. Have a great day. Oh, and happy Mother's Day to me mum again as well. And thank you, Simon and Yolanda, for all that you're doing, and Green Gables. Ta-ra. Bye-bye.